it's hi, welcome back to my YouTube. Never be fucking serious. Also, how many people you think just clicked off my video?
Hey.
Hey guys, it's hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're back. I'm in a and I have a stuttering problem. What about it? I'm at my mom's, that's why the background is different. Today we're gonna be talking about the foolproof way to figure out where you're wavering. Okay, and as a coach, I realize that a lot of people don't know what wavering is, when they're wavering, and they don't have the self-awareness to realize in the moments of what I am doing. This is acknowledging the 3D, or I am acknowledging the 3D right now. If you're not seeing movement, you're just wavering somewhere. It's just about figuring out where you are wavering. And by the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly where you're wavering and the exact reason why you're not seeing movement. And if you don't, by the end of this video, over the next couple days, you'll be able to apply the information I tell you and you'll be able to figure it out. So no beating around the bush, okay? You will figure it out by this video or within the next couple days. And if you don't wanna accept the ways that you are wavering, that's on you, baby. But don't be coming at me saying I'm not wavering, and then I tell you where to find your wavering and why it's not working, and you go. If you want one-on-one coaching with me, here are my prices. My replies are currently turned off, so sessions are open. Feel free to book a session. Replies are closed for a little bit of time. What is wavering? Okay, let's get that out of the way first, because I think a lot of people don't really realize what wavering is. Wavering is any form of inconsistency from the end goal. So any type of thinking or acknowledging it's not here. Thinking about how it's not here, acknowledging that it's not working, acknowledging no change, thinking about how you can't do this, affirming for a couple days, and then going to the perspective that it's not here, and just acknowledging how this isn't working and they aren't changing. Manifesting an SP, another form of wavering is saying affirmations and then identifying your SP with different characteristics and personality traits, like saying, oh yeah, they reach out to me all the time, they want me so bad, but then thinking, oh, they're not the type of person to reach out. Like they're just so nonchalant. So basically anything that is making you inconsistently think from the end goal. That is what wavering is. A lot of focus in manifesting is put on affirming. What are you affirming? How often are you affirming? What affirmations are you saying? And that's not what I'm focusing on, because it's very easy. You can sit down and write 5 affirmations and repeat them. But what I like to focus on is what is going in your mind when you're not affirming. When you're saying affirmations, you know fully you're 100% in the end goal. When I'm saying I have $100 in my hands right now, if I'm saying I have so much money in my bank account, if I'm saying I look so good all the time, I'm in the end goal. That is the desired state, and I'm repeating the desired state. If I'm saying affirmations, I'm in the end goal. You know what I mean? I'm not wavering. I'm not focusing on how it's not here. So I'm not putting my focus on what I'm affirming. I'm putting my focus on what I'm not affirming, because that's when we waver. You're not wavering when you're saying your affirmation. You're wavering when your natural thoughts pop up in the day or when you're triggered, okay? A lot of people tend to hear that and they go, I'll just robotic affirm all day then. And I mean, to each their own, truly. I always recommend, even if you want to robotic affirm all day, still acknowledge where you're wavering and to learn to discipline that. Discipline is a really big issue in manifesting. People either don't want to discipline themselves or they don't try. Discipline is good to have all around in life, but also just in manifesting. If you master discipline now, everything else is going to be easy for you. So a lot of people try to beat around that bush, and to that I say don't. How to figure out where you are wavering or being inconsistent, or what is causing you to not see movement ultimately, because the goal is to see movement. That's why we're fucking affirming. We're wanting to see something we do not have. The first thing you want to look at is, what are your triggers? So are there any specific things that trigger you, that pull you from the end goal, that make you think about the old story, that pull your awareness from the end state to the old state of I do not have it, this isn't working, this is still the old reality. Figure out if there are any triggers. Maybe it's not seeing movement. Maybe it's seeing opposite of what you want. Maybe it's just feeling frustrated. Identify what those triggers are. It can be a couple, it can be one, it could be whatever. Just ask yourself right now, what pulls me from the end state? Now, you are going to take that, okay? And you're gonna put your awareness on those are the moments that you will be wavering. Or look back on the moments that you have wavered, and in those moments, what thoughts came up when you were triggered, or you saw something you didn't like, or you were frustrated, or you didn't see movement? Those immediate thoughts that you had are the reason you are not seeing movement, okay? Not because you had them. Obviously, we know like thoughts are gonna pop up in our mind. That's the fucking point of our mind. What they were is what we wanna look at. What thoughts came up? What beliefs came up in those moments? Because our mind goes back to what's normal. So if we're triggered, if we're frustrated, if we're not seeing what we want, we're feeling let down, we're gonna immediately go to the normal thought patterns and beliefs that we hold, okay? So if you are manifesting an SP and they don't text you and your thoughts immediately go to, I knew I couldn't do this, that belief is what's present, okay? The belief that you can't do this. You're affirming for money. You don't see money. You say, I'm not doing anything. How am I going to get money? There's your belief. Okay, period. That you can't get money without doing something. Maybe you're manifesting someone to apologize to you, and you check your phone, you don't see a message, and you go, why the fuck did they apologize to me? I haven't talked to them in so long. There's your belief that they aren't going to reach out to you because it's been so long. So the worries that we immediately go to when we're upset, we're triggered, we're frustrated, whatever it is, those are the belief systems that you hold, okay? And oftentimes we don't really look at those because we're like, okay, let's just flip it, okay? And I do think flipping it is what we want to do, but if you're noticing absolutely no change, and by the way, let me make this clear. When I say no change, I do not mean you've affirmed for 3 days and don't see change. That's not what the fuck I mean. What the fuck I mean is that you've been affirming for 2 to 3 weeks consecutively without in between looking for what you're doing wrong, why it's not here, acknowledging that it's not here, and you're still not seeing movement. Because a lot of people come to me and say, it's not working, and then I go, how long is the longest time you've been consistent for? And they go, 4 days.
That's why it's not working.
What I mean is you've been doing this for a while and you're not seeing movement. This is where you want to focus on. When you're triggered, what thoughts come up, boom, that's your belief. Okay, now you're saying, Hyler, what the fuck do I do now? Okay, I thank you, you fucking idiot. Like, I know that those thoughts come up. What do I do with them? What we want to do is we want to start affirming against those. Like I was saying a couple minutes ago, our thoughts are pattern based. So we're going to naturally think something that we have thought about before. And if we want to see a different thought pattern come up, we have to think something different in place of it. For example, with appearance change, okay? One of your triggers, looking in the mirror. So you're going to be aware every single time you look in the mirror. That's why we want to have awareness of what makes us triggered or what pulls us from the end goal, so we know what to look for. You go into the mirror, you think, I've been affirming for a couple days and I'm still not seeing a ton of movement. This must not work unless I work out. Okay, let's unpack that. Okay, first is, I've been affirming for a couple days and it's not working. You need to fucking affirm longer and stop telling yourself that it's not working. Okay, there we go. Those are 2 things addressed already. Another one is that you need to work out in order to see change. Okay, that's a great thing to affirm against. No, I don't need to work out to see change, okay? So you kind of address the beliefs and the worries and the fears that come up in those moments, and you affirm against them. We want to rewire that perspective to go to a different perspective when you are triggered. And doing this also cleans up your mental diet. It's going to help you be more aware of what thoughts you're thinking, what states you're identifying with, and what belief systems you hold. Look back on your thoughts and ask yourself, when I'm triggered, when I'm frustrated, when I'm not seeing movement, when I'm feeling whatever triggers me, what thoughts am I thinking? What thought patterns come up in those moments, okay? And those are the things you're going to want to start affirming against. Now, you can, of course, affirm extra for these. So if, like, in the moments you're flipping them and you're saying the affirmations to the new story, but you want to affirm extra, affirm 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes a day for the new belief. The goal, though, is to address these beliefs when they're coming up in the moment, because we want to rewire what thoughts come up in those moments moving forward. Days have literally passed, but I wanted to add this in the video and I didn't. Something my dad told me recently, and he's the one that taught me manifesting at a young age. When I was telling him about, like, a circumstance I was living through and how it was stressing me out and how I was spiraling all the time and I was triggered all the time. And he told me something. He's like, when you squeeze an orange, what comes out? I was like, this is, like, Dad, this is irrelevant right now. He's like, what comes out of an orange when you squeeze it? And I go, orange juice. Duh. He goes, why not lemon juice? I'm sitting there like, Dad, be fucking for real, dude. I'm like, and he's like, why not lemon juice? And I go, because it's an orange. He goes, exactly. When you're put under pressure, when you're triggered, when you're squeezed, you are going to reflect whatever is inside, whatever belief systems you hold. Just like when you squeeze an orange, lemon juice is not going to come out of it. And this changed my perspective because it really made me think, like, you're right. Like, when I'm triggered, I am going to reflect my belief systems, my assumptions, my perspectives and expectations, because that's what is true to me and that's what I'm focusing on and thinking. That's what's in my mind. So when I'm triggered and I'm overwhelmed, that's exactly where my mind's gonna go to. Just like when you squeeze an orange juice comes outside of it. If I'm put under pressure and I have this belief that nothing ever works and nothing ever works out for me and I can't manifest, that's exactly what's gonna come out. That changed a lot for me when my dad told me that, and it was something I wanted to share with you to see if it resonates with you. It really changed the way I view things, and manifestation is all perspective based. So if you change the way you view it, you change it. If you're not seeing movement, you're still lingering in the old story. You're not consistently in the new story. Okay, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions or you want to tell me what your thoughts that come up whenever you're triggered are in the comments and you want a little bit of help, please feel free to do that, and I would love to help you out. I would love to help you find these beliefs, these negative worries popping up. I would absolutely love to help you. So that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, watching this video has helped you manifest. Say it with me. Watching this video has helped me manifest. Watching this video has helped me manifest. And I'll see you guys soon.